Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Fraser Field for Catholic Central League Baseball. These two teams know each other pretty well. This is the second time they're playing in 3 days. Bishop Fenwick 3-10, St. Mary's 12-1. They played at Bishop Fenwick on Saturday, and Fenwick was beating St. Mary's through 5 innings, 4-1. St. Mary's pulled it out 6-4. Fenwick almost got the big upset. And now they're right back here. So that was Saturday. This is Monday. And it's been a miserable day. We almost feel like we're back in the first week or two of baseball when the weather was really horrible. I did the St. Mary's softball game on Saturday. It was 88 degrees. Now it's about 30. It rained all day. And just before, as I was coming to the ballpark, it was raining a little bit. It stopped, and I guess it's going to start again later on, so we have to get this game in rather quickly. St. Mary's has already qualified for the state tournament. They're 12-1. They went to the state final and lost in the state final last year, and they got just about everybody back, the entire pitching staff back. They lost one outfielder who could be playing, but he opted to change over to track. Cam McGonagall on the mound.
Leading off the right field, number 11,
Andrew Kirakopoulos. And I apologize up front pronouncing the names of Bishop Fenwick. They are not Smith, Jones, and Brown. And the writing on the lineup card, we got like the fourth copy, so it didn't go through very well. So it's a struggle to try and read it. So I apologize up front to the Bishop Fenwick young men who I might pronounce their names incorrectly. Andrew Kirakopoulos is the right fielder for Fenwick. Hit on the ground. Driscoll. They call him safe, so it's an infield hit. Driscoll had to go way to his right. Made a good throw. Newhall made a great stretch, but Kirakopoulos just beat the throw. Olden Gallen, the center fielder, will be the hitter. Squares the bunt. Takes the pitch down away for a ball. Down and in for a ball. In for a strike, 2-1. The fog is settling in. The lights aren't that good here anyway. There's a lot of lights that need to be replaced. And I guess they're going to do that in June. I don't know why they didn't do it in February or March for the season. So the Navigators will gain the benefit for that. High and tight for a ball, 3-1. Taking the pitch, in for a strike, and the count goes full. Let's see what they do with the runner on the full count. They throw over to try and keep him close. I don't envy the lacrosse players over at Manning Field who are running around in shorts and T-shirts. Swing and a miss. He comes back and gets him. So the first out is a swinging strikeout. Chris D'Angelo, the pitcher, will be the hitter.
Chris D'Angelo.
High for a ball. Safe at first base on a throwdown. This is like, as I call it, whatever month it is. It happens to be May. This is Thanksgiving in May, because these are the two teams that play football on Thanksgiving Day. They just got back together. We had a very loud brouhaha a couple of years ago on a game that was played at Bishop Fenwick, and there was a fallout by everybody. Fenwick said they wouldn't play them anymore on Thanksgiving, even though they had to play them every year. So it's nice to see they got back together again. But after that particular night, strike three called. He backed away like it was inside. And the umpire rung him up. That night, Bishop Fenwick was a little upset that St. Mary's sat down some of their players who were hurt. They weren't hurt bad enough that they couldn't play. They were just saving it because St. Mary's was going to play in the Super Bowl that year. And Fenwick was upset. And they played their people for the whole game, and they wound up just running roughshod over St. Mary's, and they were mostly backup for St. Mary's. And after that, every game that St. Mary's played against Fenwick was World War III. High for a ball. This is Anthony Herbert, the first baseman. In for a strike. Swing and a miss. They'll throw him out at first base. So after the hit, McGonigal strikes out three in a row, two of them swinging. So the hit is stranded at first. Three big strikeouts for McGonigal. And St. Mary's will have a chance to get on the board first. It'll be Michael Domeno, the shortstop, leading off. Batting second and playing second, Jaden Driscoll. Pitching and batting third, Cam McGonigal. The catcher, Kyle Doney, will hit number 4. Batting fifth and playing left field, brother, Josh Doney. The designated, Jake Peterson, will hit 6th. He's hitting for the center fielder, Micah Hashikawa. Playing first base and batting 7th, Shane Newhall. Hitting 8th is Jared Payon, the third baseman. And picking up the tail end of the batting order, batting 9th, is the right fielder, Maxwell Parent. Chris D'Angelo is pitching. Jason La Rosa, who's being hit for, is the catcher he's throwing to. So Michael Domeno will look to get things started for St. Mary's. And the fog is really settling in. A few more people coming in. Fenwick brought a few. I'm surprised because it's a horrible, horrible night. Not a night to sit out and watch a baseball game. On the inside corner for a strike. Evens the count at 1. Hopefully we'll be able to see everybody through the game with that fog coming in. Pitching inside again. We mentioned Fenwick almost got the upset at their home park on Saturday. Leading 4-1, St. Mary's made a big comeback and won the game 6-4. Up and away for a ball. So the payoff pitch will be up and coming from D'Angelo to Domeno. Fouls it off. Fishing wide for a ball, Domeno. So both teams get their leadoff hitter on. Fenwick did it with an infield hit. St. Mary's does it with a walk. Fenwick's runner was left at first base. Caden Driscoll, the second baseman. Let's see if he bunts. He handles the bat well. He was an outstanding defenseman in hockey. Fakes the bunt, the runner takes off in easily. Catcher was winding up to throw it, he just dropped the ball. Domeno got a big jump. He's at second base with nobody out. In for a strike. Down the way for a ball. Driscoll squared like he was going to bunt. Pulled it back. Third baseman is playing back, so they're going to let first baseman is playing back too. Looks like they're going to let, if he does bunt, the pitcher's going to have to handle it. The 2-1 pitch. He gets the bunt down. The catcher had to handle that. Driscoll beats it for a base hit. Perfect bunt out in front of the plate. Everybody playing back. So it's first and third with nobody out for the Spartans. Cam McGonigal, the pitcher, can help himself. He's looking for a base hit, but he wants to put the ball in play. Boy, the left fielder for Fenwick is playing out in the boondocks for a left-handed hitter. He is very deep, and the right fielder is deep as well. Square took the pitch up and away for a ball. Solid shot to center field, backing up. over the left fielder's head. Gallen made a great try. He was deep in center field. McGonigal still hit it over his head. He almost made a great play. McGonigal gets a double, helps himself with an RBI.
The catcher number 10, Carter Dolan.
And we get second and third
Jackson Barrett, pinch running from the monitor.
with nobody out. Jackson Barrett is running for McGonigal. Caldoni, the catcher. Up and in for a ball. Fenwick brings the infield in. In for a strike. Kyle's going to miss it next year when Josh, the pitcher, won't be throwing to him because Josh is going to graduate and Kyle's got another year. The 1-1 pitch, up and coming. Hit in the right center field for a base hit. They pull the infield in. 2 runs are going to score. Tony comes up. He's got some big hits this year. There's another one. So the first 4 hitters have reached. 3 of the 4 have scored.
Nathan Barrett, pinch running. Now batting the left field, number 4, Josh Dolan.
Chase Collins will run for Doney at first base, and now Josh Doney, the left fielder, will be the hitter. Down and away for a ball. Josh, outstanding on the mound. He's won some huge games. He's had a great career. That's it, because I've been wrapped up with both Tonys all the way through Little League. We've become very good friends, and they are 2 terrific young men, but they're also very good baseball players. Down and in for a ball. Get a piece and fouls it off the catcher at home plate. And the count goes 2-1. Surprising how deep they were playing McGonigal, and he still hit it over the center fielder's head. Dead center field, that shot. Missing for ball 3. The 3-1 pitch, the runner takes off, it's ball 4. Second walk in the inning, and that brings the trip out to the mound. Jake Peterson, DHing for the center fielder, Micah. Hashikawa is the hitter. Jake had a he's outstanding on the mound as well. But he had a very good year offensively and defensively for the St. Mary's football team. Helped them make the tournament.
Now batting the designated hitter number 25, Jake Peterson.
Jake is the sixth hitter in the inning. There's still nobody out. 2-1, 3 runs in. Nice stop by the catcher, La Rosa. In for a strike. The runners take off, the ball's hit to center field. They have to hustle back. They were looking for a double steal. Peterson hit the ball to center field. Gallen made the catch for the first out.
First baseman number 24, Shea Newball.
Collins had to hustle back to second. He almost got doubled up. Shea Newhall, the first baseman, is the hitter. Low for a ball. If he hits the ball to left center field, he can run forever. They got him. They're playing him as a pull hitter, center field and right. Center field is over to right center field. Right field is over near the line. Left field is not that far away. 2-0. In for a strike. It's a bigger crowd than I thought it would be on a night like tonight. And there's still people coming in. Goes the other way. Over by the line. The left fielder is going to make the play.
Third baseman number 13, Jared Mayon.
So the first 5 hitters reached, the first 3 hitters scored, the last 2 were flied out. And this will be Jared Payon, the third baseman. Missing inside. If Payon gets on, they'll bat around in this first inning with number 9 hitter Parrott on deck. Low for ball 2. Diving back at second is Collins. There was no play. He just dove back. D'Angelo faked like he was going to throw. Missing away for a ball. He's already walked 2. He's on the verge of making it 3. The walk loads the bases. So 3 walks in the inning. First walk scored.
Right field number 3, Maxwell Parrott.
The second and third walks are at first and third now with 2 outs for Maxwell Parrott, the number 9 hitter, so they batted around here. In for a strike. Broke and just caught the inside corner. Michael Domeno, who started the inning with a walk and scored the first run, is on deck. Hit in the left field for a base hit. Off the left fielder. So Parrott gets a base hit, 2 RBI. The error on the left fielder allows Parrott to go to second, Payon to go to third, so it's second and third with 2 outs. Michael Domeno will hit for the second time in the inning. As I mentioned, he walked and scored, leading this inning off. Derek Dana couldn't ask for a much better start here. 5 runs in. Huge 2-out hit by Parrott. Off the catcher's going to get a run home. The wild pitch. Threw it down and in. Make it 6 runs in for St. Mary's. Fishing inside for a ball. Missing again. There's ball 4. Domeno walks again. Four walks in the inning. Jaden Driscoll bunted for a hit and scored a run. He's the 11th hitter in the inning. They throw the ball down and the runner's going to score. Domeno took off. They threw it down. The run from third scores. Domeno steals second. And it's 7-0. A dream start for St. Mary's. Taking off. Safe at third. He steals third. Domeno's got 3 stolen bases in the first inning. Hit to the backstop. Count goes 1-2. Up and away for a ball. Cam McGonagall, the pitcher, on deck. Way up and in. Hit foul back and out of play. And the payoff pitch will be up and coming once again. Hit foul again, just got a piece. Stays alive. Four walks in the inning and 3 of them have scored. Five walks in the inning. And that brings another trip out, and I would assume that means it's going to be it. We'll have a pitching change for Fenwick. Christian Top is the new pitcher. He'll face opposing pitcher Cam McGonigal. Cristiangelo was the number 3 hitter in the lineup. I don't know if they took him out. They're not telling us if there's any changes. McGonigal up for the second time. He doubled in a run. And Jackson Barrett running for him scored the run. In for a strike. An auspicious start for St. Mary's. Hit on the ground. Big hop for the second baseman. They'll finally get the third out. But St. Mary's sends 12 to the plate. 7 of them score. 5 walks in the inning, 3 of them scored. And St. Mary's, we mentioned, they just played Fenwick on Saturday. They were trailing 4-1 going into the 6th inning. They won't be trailing 4-1 going into the 6th inning here. St. Mary's put 7 on the board. It's St. Mary's 7, Fenwick nothing at the end of 1. 5, 6, and 7 for Fenwick as they start their second inning. Tyler Santos, DH for the catcher, who was Jason LaRosa. I think they changed. I think it's Nathaniel Pena now. But again, they don't give us the changes. Up and away for a ball. So Cam McGonigal must be smiling. He's pitching for the second inning, and he's got a 7-run cushion. I don't know how many pitchers have been in this situation, going out in the mound for the second inning with a 7-0 lead. Up and away for a ball. Swing and a miss. Got his money's worth on that swing, but swung right through it. St. Mary's won the Dick Mag tournament. It's the JV tournament they started. I think it's the 3rd or 4th year, honoring a terrific gentleman who was an outstanding coach. He was a very good player, too. I played on a couple of teams with Dickey in fast pitch softball. Very good coach, good player. Did a lot for the youth. his players, and they're honoring him with a JV tournament, the 4 schools in Lynn. English Classical Tech, St. Mary's. I believe it was the 3rd year. St. Mary's won it for the 3rd straight year. Here at Fraser Field. In first strike. This is Henry Van Fassen, the shortstop. One, two, the count. Swing and a miss. The beat goes on. McGonagall gave up a leadoff infield single that was safe at first by an eyelash. He struck out the next 5, 4 of them swinging. Colin Kelcher, the second baseman, will be the hitter. And again, I apologize if I'm not getting these names correctly, because the lineup that they gave us was like the 5th copy. They didn't press hard enough to get it all the way through. So it's very hard to read. Down and in for a ball. Oh. Strike 3 called. Derek Dana his team is having a dream start. Absolutely incredible. His starting pitcher gives up an infield hit, strikes out the next 6. His team gets 7 in the first inning. Who could ask for anything more than that? Defense hasn't had to make a play yet. Top will start his first full inning of work, coming in relief. But 6 in a row. He struck out the sides. 2 swinging, 1 called in the second. 2 swinging, 1 called in the first. And the infield hit was safe by an eyelash, so he could be really perfect. St. Mary's will have 4, 5, and 6 starting their second inning. Fog has been hanging around. The rain has stayed away. We're hoping it stays away till we finish here. Caldoni, the catcher, he got a single knocking in 2 runs. And Chase Collins running for him scored a run in that big first inning. Solid shot, and he hits it right where he hit it last time. Just beyond the reach of the second baseman into right center field.
The left fielder number 4, Josh Stoney.
And we'll have the runner again. And it'll be Collins again. Donnie 2 for 2. 2 solid shots between the second baseman and the second base bag. Cal Donnie, this is Josh Donnie, the left fielder, walked and scored. In for a strike. Low for a ball. Hit the second hard enough for a double play, and they turn it. Solid shot right at the second baseman. Little flip to the shortstop. They turn the 6-4-3 double play.
Designated hitter number 25, Jake Peterson.
Jake Peterson hit it well, but hit it right at the center fielder. In for a strike. Down the way for a ball. High chopper. It's going to go foul. Almost like he was chopping wood. Bang! It went about 10 or 15 feet in the air down the third baseline. Bounced foul. Down and away. And we got Deuces Wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in inning number 2. Swing and a miss. So with the hit, they still have only 3 hitters with the double play turned nicely by Fenwick. A little bit different than the first inning. Top gets the first strikeout by Fenwick pitching. We've reached the end of 2. St. Mary's comfortably on top right now, 7-0 over Fenwick.
Baseman number 5, Nick McFadden.
Nick McFadden, the third baseman, will lead the third inning for the Crusaders of Fenwick. In for a strike. McGonagall has retired 6 in a row after giving up a leadoff hit to start the ball game, and they've all been strikeouts. And very quickly, he's ahead 0-2. Wide for a ball. Hit foul off the catcher. We'll do it again at 1-2. Strike 3 called. McGonagall making it easy on his defense. 1 out in the third inning. Defense has not made a play. 7 straight strikeouts. Matt Miles Ruskin. with the top of the order on deck. Boy, he just ran back and letting it fly. Down and in for a ball. That one bounces to the backstop. Hit foul off the backstop. That fog settling in, and every once in a while there's a little bit of a breeze, and it is cold. Swing and a miss. Two up, two down. Andrew Kirakopoulos hit a ground ball way to the right of Jaden Driscoll at second base. Made a great try, got to it, made a great throw. Kirakopoulos beat it by an eyelash. And he's the only base runner. That started the game for Fenwick. Looked like a pretty good start. Since then, 8 straight strikeouts. In for a strike. Caldoni out to talk to his pitcher. Derek Dana out to check to make sure everything is okay. Derek Dana's going out to talk to his pitcher. I don't know if something happened. Caldoni went out to talk to McGonigal. Coach Dana come out, check with Tony. Is everything okay? And I guess they say everything is okay. I think they're going to let McGonigal throw a pitch. And he's hurt. Looked like he's having a problem with his throwing arm. He's been rearing back and just letting it go. So a problem with McGonigal, he got hurt last year and they lost him for a while, and he's coming out. He's holding his throwing arm.
Now pitching for St. Mary's, number 24, Trey Newhall. Playing first base, number 8, Rowan Merriman.
Looks like Rowan Merriman is going to be the new first baseman. And Shane Newhall is going to be the pitcher. we hope McGonagall's going to be okay. Merriman had struck out 8 in a row after giving up an infield hit. And all of a sudden there was a problem with his throwing arm. Caldoni, the catcher, went out to talk to him. Derek Dana, the coach, came out, and Merriman has gone to play first base, and Newhall's coming in to pitch, and McGonagall's gone to the bench. So we certainly hope the young man's going to be okay. We mentioned he got hurt last year, and they were really sorry they didn't have him. He was a big loss last year, and they lost in the state championship final. So Newhall gets a little extra warm-up because of the injury. St. Mary's leading it 7-0. They batted 12 in the first inning. They got 5 walks and 3 of them scored. They got 4 base hits. McGonagall got a big RBI. Tony got 2 RBIs. Parent got 2 RBI. A wild pitch and a double steal got the other 2 in. So the count 0-1, Andrew Kirakopoulos. And again, I hope I'm coming somewhere close to pronouncing that correctly. He's 1 for 1. He's the only base runner for Fenwick. He's the only player to put the ball in play for Fenwick. Swings and misses. Slices it foul past first base. Just reached out, had to protect the plate with 2 strikes. We'll do it again at 0-2. Up and away for a ball. Well, was ready, now he steps off, now he's back. The 0-2 pitch. Down and in, nice stop by Caldoni on a pitch in the turf. Have to remember it's all turf out there, no grass, no dirt. Hit to third. Payon makes the play. First ball put in play for an out by Fenwick. Breaks the streak of 8 in a row with strikeouts. So McGonigal goes 2 2/3. Gives up an infield hit and strikes out 8 in a row after that infield hit leading off the game. And Top is back on the mound, starting the bottom of the third inning for the Crusaders of Fenwick. Catholic Central League action here at Fraser Field. Busy week this week. Everybody playing a lot of games this week at Fraser Field. As we're winding down, heading into the Dougie Mullins tournament coming up at the end of the month, honoring an outstanding young man who was a very good athlete, very good assistant coach, very good head coach. Aided and abetted a lot of great young kids, whether it was on or off the field, and they've been honoring him. I think this is the 4th year coming up. They've given out $12,000 in honor of Dougie Mullins. English, Classical, St. Mary's, and Swampscott. Joe Caponigo is one of the guys to get it started. So it's great that they could honor that great young man, keep his memory alive. He left us way too soon. Shane Newhall flied out to left field his one trip. In for a strike. Last time he was up, the center fielder was playing over in right center field. The right field was way over near the line. Now they're playing straight away because he flied out to left field his last trip. Down and in for a ball. Missing for ball 4. Six walks given up by Fenwick pitching. First by Top. And now with Newhall, the pitcher, they can run for him. And it will be Jackson Barrett. Barrett ran for McGonigal when Cam got the double. Newhall is now the pitcher, so he can run for him. Jared Payon walked and scored in the first inning. 1 of 5 walks in the first inning, and I mentioned 3 of them scored. In for a strike. Down and away for a ball. That one bounces to the backstop. Barrett took the turn like he might try to go to third. So the wild pitch puts the runner at second base. The runner took off. He's got to hurry back. The ball's popped up. Second baseman will make the play. Collins is going to steal third base. Payon pops up to the second baseman.
Right field number 3,
Collins, Barrett was all the way to third base. Everybody yelling at me, "You gotta hurry back," before he got doubled off. Maxwell Parrott got a big 2-out, 2 RBI single, and then came around to score. There was an error in the outfield that allowed him to go to second base. Popped up, long run for the catcher, running almost into the St. Mary's dugout. So when Parent got the hit, it was bobbled in the outfield, allowed him to go to second and Payon to go to third. The wild pitch moved him up. And then after DeSimone threw a walk, DeSimone was stealing second. They threw the ball down to second. DeSimone was safe. Parent was able to scoot home with the steal of home. Solid shot into left field. It's going to score a run. Collins was running. Parent's got another hit. He's in with a double. Parent scores his second run. He ran for McGonagall and scored. Now he runs for Newhall and scores. Michael DeSimone hasn't been up officially, but he scored a run. He batted twice in the first inning, drew 2 of the 5 walks, and scored 1 of the 7 runs. Chop foul to the Fenwick dugout. Top of the order for St. Mary's. Third inning, DeSimone's up for the third time. The runner takes off, got a great pitch to run on. Way down and in. No chance to even make a throw at third, and they might throw him out. Down and away for a ball. Jaden Driscoll on deck. Solid shot to center field, drifting back. Couldn't make the play. DeSimone's going to get a double. Great try by the center fielder, Gallen. It was drifting away. DeSimone gets a double and an RBI.
Second baseman number 17, Jaden Driscoll.
Second run in the inning. Jaden Driscoll's perfect. Single, walk, scored a run. All of that came in the first inning. In for a strike. Top was ready. Now he steps off and he calls his catcher out to have a conversation. Hey guys. hit him on the helmet. We've had everything else. He's on for the third time. We're happy he's okay. That was way up and in. Hit him on the helmet. I think they're going to check and make sure he's okay. Good job by the plate umpire. And I don't have the umpires' names. They never give us those. So there's 2 on with 1 out. Rowan Merriman will hit for the first time. Rowan is an outstanding athlete, 3 sports. Big part of the football team. He was a huge part. I think he was second team Mass Coaches All-Stars. Very good basketball player. Helped St. Mary's to go deep in the tournament. And of course, baseball. And he's only a sophomore. And congratulations to his father, who just got elected into the Lynn Tech Hall of Fame. Well deserved. The runners take off. They get the bunt down. They get him at first base. They almost didn't get him.
Catcher number 10, Kyle Domi.
So second and third with 2 outs. Caldoni has singled twice. Knocked in 2 and scored 1. He's hit 2 shots between the second base bag and the second baseman. And he hits a shot to left field. He's got his 3rd hit, another double, 2 more runs. He got all of that one. Simone and Driscoll scored their 2nd runs. A 4-run inning.
Left field number 4, Josh Domi.
So 4 runs in the inning for St. Mary's. They now have 11. Hit foul. Josh Stoney has walked and scored and bounced into a 6-4-3 double play. And Collins again is running at first for Kyle Doney. At second, excuse me. He hit that a ton. Jumped on the first pitch. Hits it foul the other way. Way wide for a ball. Chop foul again. And that hits him. Second hit batsman in the inning.
Designated hitter number 25, Jay Peterson.
So they bat around again. Peterson will be the 9th hitter in the inning. He flied to center field, hitting it well, but right at the center fielder. Last time up, he struck out swinging. And we're going to get a runner at first base.
Drawing number 7, Jackson Finn.
Jackson Finn will run for Doney. Another big inning for St. Mary's. They've got 4 on the board. And they bat around again. They batted 12 in the first inning. High for a ball. And again, 2 hit batsmen and a walk. 2 of those 3 have scored. 5 walks in the first inning, 3 of them scored. Chop, back, 1-on-1. Solid shot right by the shortstop. Peterson hit that a ton. Skipped right past the shortstop. He gets an RBI.
For pitcher number 24, Shane Newhall.
Peterson winds up at second base on the throw-in. So at second and third, Shane Newhall has fly to left, walked, and Barrett running for him scored a run. In for a strike. St. Mary's has an even dozen runs. They went out in the second inning, even though they had a hit, a 6-4-3 double play. But they got 7 in the first, and they've got 5 here in the third. Another big 2-out hit, this one by Jake Peterson. Way wide for a ball. Slices it the other way. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Well, the 10th hitter in the inning. Strike 3 called. So 5 runs in the inning. Four base hits, 2 hit batsmen and a walk, and a partridge in a pear tree. We played 3. St. Mary's missed the 2 conversions, but they got 2 touchdowns. It's 12-0. St. Mary's going into the 4th. Newhall starts it, and he came in relief when McGonigal went out. And again, we hope Cam McGonigal's going to be okay. He went out with an arm problem. In for a strike. Odin Gallen, the center fielder, struck out swinging. Solid shot into left field. He's got a base hit. Second hit, and only the second base runner for Fenwick here in the 4th inning. Chris D'Angelo was the pitcher. I have no idea where he's playing. He stayed in the game, but I'm not sure where he went. In for a strike. He struck out swinging against McGonigal. He's batting against Newhall for the first time. Slices it off to the right down that grassy knoll behind first base. Hit to center field. In for a base hit. It gets by everybody. Out at the plate as he tried to score. Nice tag. That's not Doney catching.
First baseman number 2, Anthony Herbert.
So they tried to score, and they got thrown out. Anthony Herbert, the first baseman, struck out swinging. So instead of second and third and nobody out, it's second and 1 out. And we won't know. They do not give us the changes. So there could be all kinds of different people moving around in the batting order and positions. That's not Doney behind the plate. But with the equipment, it's hard to pick up the number. Swing and a miss, chase the high pitch. Herbert was one of the 8 straight strikeouts that McGonigal got in his stint after giving up an infield hit to lead off the game. Hit back to the mound. Newhall knocked it down. He might have had to play at third, but the ball knocked it down and was behind him. He had to pick it up. He gets the out at first.
Designated hitter number 35, Tyler Santos.
The runner moves to third. So 2 away. In for a strike. 2 outs, a runner at third. Just got a piece. Santos, the designated hitter, has been up once. He struck out. That was against McGonigal. They were waiting for the umpire to put his right hand up. Santos just held up on a pitch he started to swing at, and the umpire looked like he was going to go up with his right arm, but he didn't. So it's 1-2. Hit to short. Demano with the easy play. So they don't score because they tried to score on that and got thrown out of the plate.
They are at halftime at TD Garden, the Celtics 61, the Knicks 45.
So they got a single and a double to start the inning, but they don't score. We'll move into the bottom half of the fourth. St. Mary's leading at 12-0. And they're 3 outs away from a mercy rule. St. Mary's will have 8, 9, and 1 leading off the bottom of the 4th. And the coach is out with the home plate umpire going over all the changes. And it looks like another pitcher. Looks like Odin Gallen, the center fielder, is going to be the new pitcher.
Come on. St. Mary's, Fenwick scored a run, right? No?
So Gallen will be the 3rd pitcher. Jared Payon will lead it off. He has walked and scored and popped to the second baseman. St. Mary's been helped out. 7 runs in the first inning, 5 walks, 3 of them scored. They scored 5 runs in the 4th inning, 2 hit batsmen, a walk. And 2 of them scored. So it's a far cry from the game they played Saturday at Fenwick, with Fenwick at this stage of the game. Fenwick was leading 4-1. St. Mary's had to come back in the last 2 innings to win it 6-4. And the fans are beginning to leave. Trying to get out and get loosened up and warmed up.
Leading off the St. Mary's at 3rd baseman with 13, Jared Payon.
So we'll start at the bottom of the 5th with St. Mary's with an even dozen against arch rival Fenwick, as what I like to call Thanksgiving in May. In first strike. That one was way over everything. That's a major league wild pitch. Over the head, over the backstop, over the catcher, over the umpire. And be careful. That was a long shot by Payon, but it was his bat that went almost, he scattered his own dugout. He threw it, almost threw it into his own dugout. Took a swing at that one, missed it, and the bat went all the way to the dugout. Thank goodness and thank God nobody got hurt. Chased that pitch that broke down the way.
Pitch hitting number 16, Jackson Barrett.
Jackson Barrett's had himself a night. He went in, was a pinch runner for Cam McGonagall, a pitcher, and scored a run. Then he went in and ran for the pitcher, Shane Newhall, who came in relief. He ran for Newhall and scored a run. So he hasn't been at bat twice, but he scored 2 runs. Four walks have scored. A hit batsman has scored. A wild pitch scored 1. A double steal scored another one. Hit foul. He's hitting for Maxwell Parent. Parent had 2 singles, knocked in 3, and scored 2. That's not bad for your number 9 hitter. Call 3rd strike. So Gallon's come on and got 2 big strikeouts. I think this is Jack Spates hitting for Domeno.
Pitching number 6, Jack Speaks.
Domeno was on base 3 times, 2 walks and a double. Scored 2, knocked in 1. Everybody getting in the act for St. Mary's. Waved at that pitch. And we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That one goes to the backstop. So Gallant comes on and gets 3 strikeouts. Our first 1, 2, 3 of the inning for St. Mary's. We finished 4 full in this Catholic Central League battle. St. Mary's well out in front, 12-0 over Fenwick. 6, 7, and 8 for Fenwick as we start the 5th inning. Henry Van Fassen struck out swinging. That was against McGonigal. He's batting against Newhall, who's starting his 2nd inning. He came in relief when McGonigal went out with the injury, and again, we hope he's going to be okay. Hit foul back up in the seats. Drops low for a ball. Chased that pitch, it was up and in, swung right through it. The count evens at 2. Nice play by Newhall. That would have been a tough play. He helped a little bit being left-handed. Took a step off the mound, picked it, and he throws Van Fassen out. 1 up, 1 down in the 5th. What a play. A hit taken away. Simone, the shortstop, went back just to the edge of the turf, went high, and picked it over his shoulder. So 2 outs. Missing low for a ball. This is Nathaniel Pena. Pinch hitting for McFadden. Hit to first base. Merriman will make the play. And that'll do it. The mercy rule will kick in. St. Mary's wins it by a score of 12-0 over arch rival Fenwick. They make it they go 2-0 in 2 games in 3 days over Fenwick. They beat them Saturday at Fenwick. They beat them here, this being Monday, at Frazier Field. St. Mary's got 7 in the first inning. 5 walks, 3 of them scored. An RBI by McGonigal, a 2 RBI by Doney, a 2 RBI by Parent, a wild pitch and a stolen base made it 7-0. They added 5 in the 4th inning. Newhall walked. Barrett, running for him, wound up scoring. Parent doubled in a run and scored. DeMano doubled in a run and scored. Kyle Doney doubled in 2. It was 12-0, and that was the final score. St. Mary's will get a baker's dozen, 13 wins, and Fenwick will drop to 3-11. For St. Mary's, DeSimone had 2 walks, a double, scored 2, knocked in a run. Jaden Driscoll, perfect. Singled, walk, got hit by a pitch, scored 2. Cam McGonigal doubled, and running for him, Barrett scored a run. McGonigal had an RBI with the double. Barrett scored the run. Kyle Doney had 2 singles and a double, knocked in 4, and running for him, Collins scored 2. Josh Doney had a walk, got hit by a pitch, scored a run. Jake Peterson had an RBI single. Shane Newhall drew the walk, and Barrett running for him after he ran for McGonigal and scored. Barrett scored 2 runs in the game, running for both pitchers. Jared Payon drew a walk and scored. Maxwell Parent, not bad for your number 9 hitter. He had 2 hits, 2 singles, knocked in 3 and scored 2. He was almost half the offense. And St. Mary's just piled it up. 7 in the first, helped out by 5 walks. 5 in the third, helped out by a walk and 2 hit batsmen. And they win it 12-0 over Fenwick in this Catholic Central League battle. And they beat Fenwick for the 2nd time in 3 days. Once at Fenwick and now here at Frazier. 12-0 St. Mary's. They go to 13-1. Fenwick drops to 3-11. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.